for it.
Welcome back, Butt Chuggers Nation. Today we have a new episode of the Screaming Drunks podcast. And today, with your host, Drunk Possum, with our other co-host,
Drunk retard.
good enough. Welcome back to the show. Here we are, gonna talk about random bullshit, and hopefully you like it.
First thing we're going to talk about today is the Israel-Palestine conflict and where we live.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I'm so tired of seeing that shit, dude. Like, Twitter's such a cesspit.
It is a cesspool, ain't it? But I can't stay away from it.
Oh, I can. Shit, I'm going to start like fucking putting mute the Palestine flag and mute the Israel flag. I don't want to see it anymore.
Just start off the podcast with some just real controversial shit.
Yeah, apparently, fucking.
So
I
guys,
woke up.
we're going to talk about race in America.
We're going to be talking about systematic racism and why it matters.
We're going to be talking about systematic racism and why it's actually good for you. That'd be some random article somewhere. It's like, why this bad thing is actually pretty good for you. It's like,
Dude, I love how this episode's already just going to be clipped of us just saying the most racist jargon.
Dude, it's not racist if it's true. That's what they say.
Alright, I don't know where you hear that one from, but alright.
Oh, that's just my friends down in the South. They wear like these white outfits. They got like a pointy at the top. They're pretty cool guys. I don't know if you've met them.
No, can't say I have.
They also put the white things over their horses too. It's kind of weird, but
Did they actually?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Hold on, I got no way.
This joke is being verified by real fact checkers. This is Truth Social.
Oh my fucking god, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's so corny. It's so cheesy.
Do you think they didn't like black horses? Like they would just like if
you know what's
available.
No, it's funny. A lot of these photos are showing off dark-haired horses with the little bed sheet on them.
They're fake. They claim to be racist.
They're like that one dude who he was a African American who invaded like the Klan, and
oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say the words because we already are like on the thin line with YouTube. But that dude did a good job. He convinced people to not be racist, so that's a thumbs up.
Dude, I wish someone could convince me to not be racist. I'm so tired of being racist. It's a full-time job. I'm stressed constantly, and I just can't keep up, honestly. Like, I'm on Twitter, just dropping the most heinous shit ever, and I'm like, guys, I need a break. Like, please get this racial prejudice out of my mind.
I'm trying to go onto a serious topic, but I'm having a hard time trying to take this conversation and go to
like how do you naturally progress it?
Yeah.
All right, pretend this is baseball, and I'm about to throw you a pitch. You're gonna catch it and just say whatever's on your mind. All right, ready? Here we go. It's gonna be it's gonna be a four seam. I don't know how they do that with their fingers, but okay, there you go. It's thrown at you.
I eat it. I open my mouth and just fucking eat it and break my teeth. I'm bleeding all over the fucking mound. Or not the mound, the fucking home plate.
He is bleeding and coming and also crying, but mostly bleeding.
Oh. Well, before we started this podcast, I ended up down a rabbit hole.
Okay.
I don't think this person's name matters because I'm just gonna keep them out of the podcast. If you know, you know, I guess.
Yeah.
This dude is a VTuber and he's like, "Oh, I'm calling out all the racist people in the VTube community," which he doesn't know that like in Japan they have a word that's very similar to the N-word with the A at the end.
Yeah.
And it's like bitter or something in the Japanese language.
Wait, bro,
And
bro,
so
bro,
he's
bro, bro.
yeah,
Me
yeah,
looking up a list of all the racist VTubers.
zero.
No, it's all of them. That's the whole joke. It's all of them.
Oh wait, no, because you know why? Because I was looking at Twitter.
Oh, yeah. I had my fucking note for the listeners. I had my notebook out. Was just fucking scrolling through that shit.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, there's probably a shit ton of actual racist
Oh,
ones.
100%.
But the dude was calling out like, oh yeah, this big VTuber's racist, yada yada. But then also he doxed them. He has a prolific music career where he constantly drops the F word in the slur of homosexual people. And
Friends.
it was just, yeah, it was just really funny to see this guy be like, oh, these people are so bad and mean. And then he has like a whole bunch of homophobic and transphobic shit behind his like history. And then he tries to act badass. He's like, yeah, I'm from the streets. This is how we talk, yada yada. I'm like, okay. And people
Yeah.
are defending him, which is weird. And then I saw the biggest fucking ratio of a person goes, you're trying to act tough, but you remind me of this, and it's just like that meme of in my darkest, deepest thoughts, I have created
This
something so evil,
is an
and it's
insight into my dark, twisted reality.
yeah, and it's just hamburger helper icon with like angry eyebrows and spiky teeth.
Hey, Lois, I'm gonna become a freaking VTuber. Oh, Peter, we don't have the money or technology for that. Shut up, you fucking bitch.
I want to say VTubing's getting like cheaper and cheaper by
It
like
probably
the
is.
month.
It's just one of those things where that technology, more people are doing it now, so it's becoming more common. And it's like
Yeah.
VR headsets. 10 years ago, the Oculus was how much, and now you can get for $300 an Oculus fucking Quest at Walmart. As someone who owns an Oculus Quest.
Yeah. Let's see, like VR seems interesting, but I only will use it for like one or two games,
It's
and that's just
it's fun.
VR and racing.
Yeah, it's fun. I honestly really only played two games on it. I played Beat Saber, but like right now I don't like it's weird where my desk is. I don't have enough room to play Beat Saber, and I have to move everything like over there. But besides that, I really am a fan of that. Who we played a part of the Poker Stars? You can play it just on
Yeah.
Steam, bro. I love
Hmm.
loading that shit up on there. I'm just like sitting there, fucking getting my gambling on, like oh, I'll put the $200. Also, my coffee because this is Screaming Drunks is spiked with Kahlua.
Mm. I didn't prep anything because I woke up like at 6:30 and it's now 7 a.m.
It's 10 a.m. here.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, so I'm having a drink at 10 a.m. Who's gonna stop me? The government? Yeah, right. Government. I like to see you try Joseph Biden, more like Joseph Stalin with your policies, because I'm fucking afraid of communism and hot women with thigh highs. Am I right, fellow Biden haters?
I'm bleeding.
Okay, so he's bleeding. Biden
Like
is Biden ate my ass. Look, I'm gonna be real with everyone here. In the chat, um, Biden ate my ass. It was about 6 years ago. Felt good at the time. I regret it now, but guys, never let Biden eat your ass at the White House Correspondents' Dinner Party. Worst mistake of my life.
oh, you know what's something interesting I found out?
What?
So this might be a little bit of false news. I didn't fully look into it. But you know that like dude who went to the Capitol in that like bison uniform?
Yes.
Um he was arrested for, trespassing, yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, whatever. And did you hear about like the gay couple that had sex in like the Congress room or some shit?
No, I
Like
didn't. That's kind
oh
of
god.
powerful, though. If
This
that's
was
true, that's
like
powerful.
sometime last year. And they recorded themselves having sex in Congress room. And they didn't get arrested for it. They just got like kicked and banned for it.
Yeah.
And then they didn't see any prison time. And the Bison dude's like, "Yo, what the fuck? I'm not allowed to walk into a building, but these guys are sitting here fucking on the table." I
Yeah.
just found it funny.
That'd be really funny if that's true. But like I said, if there was who was fucking in the Congress room, that's such a power fucking move. That is such a flex.
Yeah.
Like, I had, that's a T-shirt. I had sex in the Congress meeting room, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
I got my ass ate by Joe Biden in the Congress room, and all I got is this lousy T-shirt.
That's gonna be the first shirt we start selling. I got my ass eaten by Joe Biden at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. And it's gotta be like some really like badly like AI generated version of like Joe Biden like just eating something with his mouth wide open.
Mouth wide open. Mouth wide open. I'm not
Put
gonna say the rest of the lyrics.
it so deep I can't speak a sentence.
I like how your dog was whining and it picked up the mic.
Yeah, shout out to all 300,000 people who listen to our podcast. New microphone over here. We're in a new era now. I mean, this is the Eras tour. I'm Taylor Swift. I'm tall, blonde. I mean, I guess that's still true, but I'm dating Travis Kelce. I'm releasing.
What's he like in bed?
He's pretty good, but let me tell you about his brother Jason. Oh, just kidding. That'd be crazy though.
I only know that he's a Kansas Chiefs player,
Yeah, Travis Kelce's on the Kansas City Chiefs.
and that's all I know.
Well, what else is there? Oh, dude. Guess what I watched the other day?
Epic rap battles of history.
Big rap history. Adolf Hitler. No, I watched Eurovision. Which, do you know about Eurovision?
I don't even know what the fuck Eurovision is.
Okay, so that's my question. I said, do you know what Eurovision is? So it's been going on since 1956. It's a like music like competition between like pretty much most of the European countries. Some of them are in some years, some of them drop out some years. Usually the ones that don't participate some years is somewhere like fucking Estonia or something. Actually, they're usually there. It's an example. I haven't watched it the last couple of years, and there's been a lot of controversy this year. Big one that happened was a guy named Juiced. It's funny because one rule for the fucking shit is your shit can't be political, right? So most songs are just pretty love songs or that kind of stuff. He made a song because even though it's a competition between European countries, he made a song just about how much he loves Europe and how they just need to come together, and it's great. Like, it's a great place, right? Literally the most like come together song because it's called Euro Papa. Like, he's the Papa of Europe.
Big Papa.
Details are still coming out, but literally like, so there was a semifinal, a day in the break, and then the finals. During that day of the break, something happened like behind the scenes with like, I think it was someone was like kept putting their camera in his face, and he's like, please stop, and then eventually like he moved the camera like away from him because they wouldn't stop, and that person like reported him, and they fucking disqualified him from Eurovision. He was from the Netherlands, by the way. They fucking disqualified him, and I think it's so like, it's not funny, right? But it's funny in an ironic sense that the person with the song that was most like about like being together, come together as a whole European Union, is what got disqualified.
Yeah.
His
I mean,
song
it
was
just
pretty good too, but
Eurovision just kind of reminds me of like any like American show about giving rich people awards. It's just
well, none of them are really rich. It's
okay.
a lot of it's actually mostly like small artists. Although some famous names that have actually won Eurovision is ABBA. They won in like the 70s, and Celine Dion won one year. I forget which country Celine Dion represented though. So I didn't know she was not from America.
Okay, to be fair, I understand if ABBA won.
Mm-hmm. And actually, the humor is pretty funny in Eurovision. Europeans can sometimes be funny, which is a crazy sentence to say. Two of the jokes that stuck out were like, because they had like little bits in between the songs.
Mhm.
It's like, how has Bristol changed since ABBA won Eurovision, right? And then it's like these two people, and they go, not much really, and then the bit ends.
Oh, that one's good.
Or they're like, after the show, if you want to, we have Eurovision. You can buy it on DVD, CD, and vinyl. Like, it's being serious, and you
Mhm.
can. And also available, you can buy, and they pan the camera over. It's like, you can buy the Eurovision soundtrack on this runestone right here, and it's this giant just runestone on stage. But yeah, it's pretty good. There's some good songs. There's one I'll show you probably after the cameras have started
Yeah.
rolling, but yeah, the song I wanted to win for the second year in a row finished second. So that's how I'm doing. It won the popular
Oh,
vote, but it didn't get
hey.
enough judge votes. Because like in the final, half the votes come from people and half the votes come from like the countries. Like all the other countries vote. Like they have a panelist of judges that award points. You can't vote. Neither can vote for their own country though. So, you know,
Fun.
yeah.
Um, see, my favorite European show is watching NATO just drop the ball over and over and over.
Dude, they'll figure it out one day.
Yeah. Nah. I
that's
I
that's the
don't
hope, right?
I just know that like I don't pay attention to what NATO does. Every so often I just hear, "Oh, a NATO country needs help." NATO like gets into a crowd, be like, "Yo, guys, should we help them?" And they look over at the country that's like currently on fire and drowning, and they go back and they're like, "Nah, he's good." Okay, decision being made. We're not helping you.
Shout out to a lot of countries, the United States, Canada, and this is a bit controversial itself too, just sending billions over to Ukraine. And Germany's like, we'll send them some helmets. Y'all want some helmets? Like Germany, you got a lot of makeup to do in terms of the Goodwill department. I don't know if you remember the 30s and early 40s. I do.
You know what's cool? This is off topic. The old Stahlhelms that Germany had, since they had access of Stahlhelms at the end of World War II,
Mm-hmm.
they actually took them and turned them into cookware.
Interesting.
Yeah, they made them into like pots and pans, and I'm like, dude, that'd be kind of cool to have a little pot and pan made from a
You could
Stahlhelm. And
probably.
apparently,
I wonder if it's probably expensive. There's people out there who probably collect it.
um, I would look into that. Sounds like a big deep rabbit hole that requires like 30 to an hour of my time.
Yeah, because
And I'm
especially like a World War like II memorabilia collector, like they definitely would like that.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just so niche that not a lot of people know.
Maybe you could be the first one. You could corner the market. Think about it. You could corner it.
Nah, like I
Yeah,
understand.
your room is
I,
just filled with just all this like kitchenware shit. It's like yeah, but like it's made from this. Do you use it? No. Why would I?
yeah, it's just like in podcast 52, you just hear just some like metal tinging, and then they all starts collapsing in the background. It's like, oh, guess my pottery fell.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I dropped my monster condom from my Magnum
Magnum
Dong.
Dong.
Oh, dude. Sunny in Philadelphia. I've watched the first couple seasons, but like it's one of those shows where like I always tell myself I need to watch the rest of it because the clips I see online are so goddamn funny.
Mhm.
Like, have you seen the one recently where it's like I don't know if it's from a new season, but it's a clip I've seen. It's like they're picking their teams, right? And I think it's Mac, like their basketball teams. I think it's Mac. He chooses like all the black kids,
Eh.
and Sweet D's like, you can't do that. Do what? Pick my team? No, take all. You know, it's so good. It's so
I
fucking funny.
I also think how edgy that show used to be. Do you remember the pilot episode?
Dude, yes, one of them dropping the N word like within like 6 minutes of the pilot.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorite episodes of the ones I've watched was there's like this like I think it's a bar crawl's happening, right? And there's like this Korean bar or restaurant or something, and Charlie like falls in love with this one girl because he thinks she's fallen in love with him, and it's revealed at the end that she's like 13.
Oh, I
And
don't recall
yeah,
that one.
yeah, it's so we can't understand her because she's like fresh off the boat type shit.
Mm.
And
I
like
was thinking.
they're having a wet T-shirt contest, and they put her up there, and they're like, about to spray her. And then Frank jumps up, and it's just like tearing off his shirt, and his fucking just fat and stuff is everywhere. He's getting hit.
I like the episode where I think it was Dennis and Dee went to go make rich friends because they're higher class,
Yeah,
and then Charlie bangs the fuck out of the rich female, but the female actually fell in love with Charlie, and Charlie's like, "Nah, you're just a rich person who only wanted me for sex," and just completely ripped her heart out, and then goes back to stalking the waitress.
I
Like,
I think it's so funny how interconnected they are, like in real life too.
mm-hmm.
Like Dee and her brother on the show, they're married. Charlie and the waitress are married.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's his wife.
Holy
You
shit,
didn't
he
know
did
that?
it, boys! No.
You fucking did it. Yeah, that's when I found that out. It made it funnier watching it. It made it like way funnier when I was watching it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. Okay, cause
Hold up, he has something he shouldn't.
okay, well, podcast. What I was saying is I I can't say it because he's here, so I'm going to say something else. Hey, did you know that 1 out of 4 people have Ligma?
Who's Ninja?
I don't know, but anyway, go back to the stage.
Dude, it'd be like, hey, did you know Ninja has Ligma? Who's Ninja? Ligma ball. Just continue with the bit, like.
Oh, yeah, no, because I know that Always Sunny has a podcast, but I've been putting that off because I want to finish the new seasons.
Yeah.
But I ended up rewatching the whole show, and I'm on like season 14, I think.
Holy shit. Yeah, I think I was on like season like 5-ish maybe. I remember the last episode I watched was, I forget which 2 characters, but they like, 2 of the dudes, like they faked their death or whatever. Like people think they died. It was like this end of a season, I think.
Oh, is that when they're on the cruise ship?
God, I genuinely can't remember. It's been years. I need to catch up. So bad.
Let me, I'm going on my Hulu. I'm on season 15, episode 2.
Oh my god. It's crazy how long that show's been going, and it's still, at least from the fucking clips I see, is still like funny and like good.
Yeah, okay, so I'm on the second to last season. 16 is the highest.
Grey's Anatomy if it wasn't mid.
Oh, they did start getting. Okay, this is like the wrong way because it seemed derogatory. Always Sunny in Philadelphia did get woke quotation marks, which I really enjoyed. Do you mind like slight spoilers?
I don't mind because I've always said I need to catch up and then I don't. I'm realistic.
So Mac is gay, right?
Okay.
It's a long-going joke for multiple seasons that he's gay, and they finally made him come out. But then, at the last second, Mac goes, "You know what? I'm uncomfortable being out here, so I'm gonna go back to being closeted." And a lot of the gay community is like, "Yo, man, just make him like fully out." And then the actor who plays Mac was like, "You know what? Sure, let's fix that." And so then they actually make Mac actually gay, and they don't even have jokes at him for being gay.
Really interesting.
The joke with him is that everyone knows he's gay, but he doesn't want to. That's like the most joke there is.
Yeah.
There is one episode which was hilarious because it turns into a whole argument, which is a piano is falling from a apartment and it's about to crush Mac, and Frank screams the F slur at Mac, and then Mac realizes and jumps out of the, or I think Charlie kicks him out of the way, but now they're arguing like, is that hate crime? You
Pro-
did call him the word you're not supposed to, but you did save his life.
Bro, I know I can't use it for YouTube, right? Okay, this is gonna be a crazy sentence. That word is so fucking funny. Never in a derogatory way, though. Like, never in a
Yeah,
derogatory way. That word is fucking hysterical. And
I think it's a silly sounding word.
it is. And there's like, it's got that guttural to it, like, guh. Like, somebody's going, like, you could do just the most natural thing. What are you, a fucking. It's like, what? I was like, even, like, gay people, even sometimes, too, would be like, dude, that's a pretty, insert F slur thing to do. It's like, what the fuck, bro? You're gay.
Yeah.
I think it's slowly, right, being turned into something that people just kind of use for like hot funny.
Well, I
I
think
mean,
it always has been.
yeah, but I mean, like, God, I don't know how to explain it.
Is it? Are you trying to say that like it's okay? It's in a tricky area right
Yeah,
now because there's still people who use it unironically,
yeah.
and then there's people who use it
I,
ironically,
I,
and
I
it's a
I
funny
think
haha.
I think the rise of it being used ironically, it's on the rise of being used ironically. You have like I mean, as someone who is on call with a somewhat gay person,
Yeah,
like that connection between like people who are gay and like their straight friends. It's like they can use that word pretty much like ironically. And they know like obviously like, oh well, they support me. It's just like they're making like it's making fun of your friends. It's really what it is. It's just making fun of your friends.
like
Yeah, it's like if I go up to some random person in the street because I think that person's gay, and they'd be like, "What are you fucking like, a maggot?" Like that's using it in a derogatory way to hurt someone.
hmm for those who are new to the podcast and don't know such, the possum here is pansexual. So I usually get the pass on that word, and my whole opinion is, if you're not using it to put it down,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you, as a gay man who has been with tons of other gays
Mm-hmm.
and have been in gay forums, it gets used around a lot as a joking term.
Yeah.
The best argument I can give is, you know how like the American like black community uses, their word
Yeah.
to what's the word, to pretty much essentially like decriminalize is a terrible way of saying it, but
Um.
it's kind of in that sense where they're
Desensitize or
uh
God,
they're
destigmatize because there's a stigma to it.
yeah, they're trying to take the word, or I think they have taken the word back,
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is
but
taking the word back, which I get.
yeah, taking the power out of the
Yeah,
word, and
exactly.
I feel like the gays are just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, do I care if straight people say it? And I'm like, as long as they're like, we all know that there is a derogatory way, and they're haha funny.
Like context matters. Like
Like,
if you were to say like in a sauce case like, oh, I love you, dude, they'd be like, what are you fucking are you
are
insert
you
word here?
gay?
Hey, are you gay or something, man? But then I'd be like, all right, I love you too, dude. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like
I mean, you're gay, but that's gay
that's
as
more
fuck.
on yeah, it's
It's a
just a personal like
yeah, it's a personal level type thing.
the like so like the one thing that I see it used online that I hate the most, and it comes from the fucking gun community because that's where I see it the most, is where they're like, oh, these F slurs say such and such, or no, what? Oh, I'm having a stroke, and they're like, oh, these F slurs are mean people. We need to take guns away and eradicate them. Like that shit's
Yeah,
so annoying.
yeah. Like
Anyway.
you're using it in a it's always in a derogatory way, but you're using it in a directly derogatory way, where it's like I intend to hurt these people by saying that.
It's more the lines of you're being serious and punching down and stuff. We're punching
Exactly.
down, but in a jokey manner.
Well,
That
what?
doesn't mean what?
My dog is like he is like between my legs right now. He wants some loving.
I don't think you. I think PETA's gonna call us now. Especially if you make that face. Jesus Christ.
No, guys, I promise. There's a dog down here. Why
We
does he
got,
look
we
like
got,
that? Okay.
we got to leave the accusations.
Yeah, guys.
Also,
Actually,
I'm with.
this is a bestiality fucking
No,
podcast. Necro
I'm waiting.
bestiality.
I'm waiting to get fucking canceled one day or get called a hypocrite because of what we say.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you and I are pretty not necessarily. I don't. Hard-headed is not the word, but like realistic people. Like I
I
said,
don't know.
because it's like to understand, like we're like using that specific thing we're talking about. Like I understand, like
Yeah.
there's negatives to it, and I'm not gonna call someone fucking random. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that to them, but like I said, we've known each other for like 37 years and a half now.
Ah, damn, I'm old.
Dude, you are old. Hey, can we start a mail time part where people send in mail for his birthday since he's turning 40 this year?
Yeah.
I really like a lot of multivitamins. Any of those
Diapers.
diapers would help. What are those things that you wear? I mean, I wear them when I used to be really hard in the gym. It's like the like compression sleeves and stuff, like the Gold, Dr. Gold or some shit. I don't know.
Compression sleeves.
Just compression, yeah, compression sleeves. If you can just get that in the mail, not decaf coffee beans. Would help.
Those like back supporter like belts.
Honestly, if we just
Um,
start raising money for the chair from upstairs, I think you live in a 1-story house now, right?
yeah.
But let's still just start the GoFundMe for it for those little the chair like
Air
escalators.
escalators. Yeah. I need a collection of Nike New Balances now.
Yes.
I need to replay. Actually, I'm kind of doing that right now. I'm replacing a lot of my old shirts with just like plain black tees, and then my color is coming from Hawaiian shirts.
That's so funny. That is such a juxtaposition. Like, what do you have in your closet? Plain black t-shirts. Oh, anything else? Yeah, Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah. I like plain black tees because I don't really like repping companies or just random shit.
I like the plain white tees. I'm just kidding. I have my fucking.
I'm trying to think of what song they made.
Dude, I don't know. I think
Hey there, Delilah.
Oh wait, I think that was them. Yes, I think
Hey
that was
there,
them.
Delilah.
Lila,
What's
what's it
it
like
like
in New
in
York
New York
City?
City? Yes, I
You're
do.
1,000 miles away, girl, but your titties are so big. Yes, they are. That's the lyric. They say that, dude. That's the Mandela effect. People think it's another lyric. They actually say it. Crazy that on the radio.
You're 1,000 miles away, and I still imagine your voluptuous titties in my mouth.
You're 1,000 miles away, girl, but I wanna suck them titties. Yes, I do.
Oh, I can't think of the
Oh,
lyric.
it's how you fuck me. Oh. The real lyric, guys. If anyone thinks I'm lying, go listen to the song right now. Turn on lyrics. Promise you it's real. Mandela effect. What the fuck is happening, bro? I feel like each week we become. Okay, my dog keeps knocking over my fucking board. Okay, so we're coming on hinge each week, and that's a good thing. Also, I just want to say real quick, he keeps knocking this board over. You want to know what this board's for? So I'm going to a music festival this week, and I have a costume for it. And I think you know about it, right? I told you.
Yeah.
For everyone listening, going to a music festival this week, and I'm dressing up as Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Or known as the J-Man.
The J-Man. Yeah, JC's going to be in the building. And I have a board here that's going to say, Jesus loves metal, not people. Additionally, yesterday at Walmart, you know those buckets of Fireball you can buy?
Yeah.
I bought 2 buckets. And I'm literally going to go around to people, will thou take a shot with thy Savior? Just give people a free little shot of fucking Fireball.
I can't get over the fucking. Okay, so for those who don't know, there is a song that is Jesus loves his little children or whatever the fuck. And so when he says Jesus loves, and I was thinking children.
Dude, he does. He loves all his children. You and I are his children.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Everyone.
This is a Jesus podcast now. Leave a comment below if we should be Orthodox, Protestant, or Catholic. We'll switch to whatever y'all decide. letting
We're gonna have a
letting
community poll.
letting chat decide my religious views.
Dude, I'm just gonna start like randomly pulling out like sermons, but I say them like the corrupt, not corrupt. Like I'll pull out sermon, but I just skip certain words.
You know, so I'm reading my book on the history, like this, on the history of like the different Tsars of Russia, and a big conflict in a lot of it is that like, because they're Orthodox there, right? But then you have like the Holy fucking Roman fucking the Byzantine Empire at this time, but they're Catholic.
Wait. Holy Roman Empire or the Byzantine
It's a
Empire?
bit. It's that they call themselves Roman at the time, at least for a part of it, up until what, 1426. But it was really the Byzantine. Let's all be fucking real here for a goddamn second.
Because there was the Holy Roman Empire that took place in Germany,
Yeah, I'm
which is
I'm more talking about the Byzantine. Like I'm probably talking about the
okay.
1400s to 1800s range here. It's funny how like, because they actually have
That
this.
I believe that was the Holy Roman. That's the
It might have
German
been,
one.
might have been.
Hold on, let me quickly fact check. Holy.
But anyway, they were talking about like specifically. There's a lot of examples of it in this book, right? But one of the big examples is like this one girl that one of the Tsars brought in because he loved her. Was like she was basically Catholic, right? I think she was from Germany, and everyone went fucking crazy. Thought this person was the devil or like type of shit, right?
Mhm.
And it's funny because like it's not even a different religion. They are still like even back then they're still just shoot offs of Christianity, right? And I looked up the difference between like obviously there's probably more, right? But I looked up the basic like difference between like Protestant, Orthodox, Catholic. It's not even that fucking crazy. Like the traditions are a little different, but like the beliefs aren't that fucking different. Obviously not crazy different because it's the same religion, but it's like a big thing is like I think like Catholicism believes in like there's a purgatory, right?
Yeah.
And that the Virgin Mary had no sin, like she never committed a sin, she was sinless, right?
Mhm.
Where Orthodox, and this is two of the biggest things that are different apparently. Orthodox believes there is not a purgatory. You just go to heaven or hell, or you're alive on earth, like.
Yeah.
And then they believe like the Virgin Mary could. She's like she was human too. She could sin just like anyone else. Like very, if you ask me, I'm not really religious. Like pretty minor differences, and they're like, get this Catholic motherfucking bitch out of my goddamn Orthodox country.
I I understand why it's so big
Yeah.
because Mary is a fucking holy or not a holy site, but is a holy character.
Yeah.
And so to slightly think less of them
I
is
guess that
a
would be a pretty big thing.
huge argument.
Yeah.
That's like
That
it's like
I still think she's considered a saint by the Orthodox Church. But it's just like it's the idea that she's just like she could sin.
I mean, I think the reason why she's considered a saint is because she fucking had Jesus.
Yeah, that might be something with it.
Yeah. Okay, so I looked it up. The Holy Roman Empire, also known as the Holy Roman Empire of German Nation, after 1512 and was dissolved in 1806. So yeah, that's the German one,
Yeah,
which
the one. What was the Byzantine capital? Constantinople.
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 Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's where they mention a lot in the book about people coming from Constantinople and being like a big
Yeah.
like they're
Um,
allies sometimes, but because of the religious differences, they're like not really.
Because if I remember correctly, with the Roman Empire, like the first one,
Yeah.
it was Istanbul, and then
Yeah.
Roman Empire and Turkey had a fucking, or not even Turkey, but like the Turkish nations at the time,
Mhm.
fucking fought over it, and then it turned into Constantinople, which
Mhm.
then the Byzantine Empire erected because the fall of Caesar, I believe.
Yeah. So,
Um,
because I think they consider like the fall of like Rome ended in like 14 something, I think.
no, that's too late.
Well,
And the
it's because sometimes they consider yeah, because so Rome itself, the capital Rome was 27 BC to 476 AD, and Constantinople was 330 to 1453. I think because you
yeah.
genuinely like, I'm not as I know it's like a whole meme, but like guys like Roman Empire. I like the Roman Empire. I like all the history from it. I'm actually not that deep into it, but I know there's people who are like, yeah, like when it switched to like the Byzantine and Constantinople, that was the end of the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I guess from like, obviously Wikipedia's Wikipedia, but actually Wikipedia's pretty trustworthy by those articles that's mentioning that like it does pretty much consider like Constantinople still a continuation of that Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it really just comes down with what you yourself consider
Yeah.
the Roman Empire.
See. I don't believe the Holy Roman Empire, HRE, how it gets summed up all the time. I don't believe that's truly Rome because it was a dude in Germany who's like, yeah, I have some
Yeah,
blood ties, so I'm gonna take the title.
low-key, I may have heard them mentioned once, but like the Holy Roman Empire of Germany, like I don't fucking remember that shit at all. I know fucking the Roman Empire, the Byzantine,
Byzantine.
because Byzantine was basically the Roman Empire. Just they got a cool new name. They had a logo change.
Mm-hmm.
That's my idea of what the Roman Empire was.
Yeah,
Can we all talk about the Ethiopian Empire? Actually,
I know nothing of this
I
subject.
don't know either, but I've actually been interested to learn about it. Oh,
I'm just like, I don't know about it, so I'm going to potentially say some things that may or may not be correct.
yeah, this is gonna sound fucking ridiculous, right? I was having this conversation the other day, and it's like when I'm reading this book, right? It's talking about how these battles and wars that are coming because they're like, oh, the birthright to be the next, basically emperor of Russia, right? It's like,
Of New
oh,
York.
New York. No, but like birthright, like all this shit. It's like, God, how do I say this? That sound like a fucking idiot. Like I get it. Like trust me, I love history, so I understand it. But like watching Game of Thrones and knowing that's like fiction, right? But a lot of those like plot lines, to a certain extent, when you don't include dragons and all that kind of shit, it's like people really lived like that.
Yes.
Like it's a crazy realization to think like, holy shit, people like that. Like this person was born
Oh,
from this family. They need to be the one to lead us. Like they need to have just absolute power and control.
not Charlemagne. What's his fucking name? I'm trying to think of the incest family.
Um,
Um, Let me look it
the
up.
Hasburt, is that their name?
Yeah, the
Hasburt. Hasburg. Hasburt. Is that right?
Has
Hasburt. I'm looking up too. I make sure I say that right.
Habsburg. But anyway, like
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
so at the time they believe, yeah, the Habsburg of Austria. So at the time they believed that like purity is the family's blood. So they didn't like really populate outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just led to tons and tons and tons of incest and a
Yeah.
lot of birth defects. But that's essentially like a really good point of that shit was so crazy of
Mm-hmm.
being born in nobility and power that, you know, yeah, my family's so wealthy and rich because we just fucked each other
Yeah.
so much.
Exactly. Or again, in the book I'm reading, they're talking about this one dude. So this one guy who was probably meant to be like the next Tsar of Russia. He he was sent away as a kid and he died when he was like 9, right? His name was Boris. Oh, all of them are called Boris, but anyway.
Yeah.
um, this dude just randomly claimed like, "Hey, I am Boris. I actually survived that killing." And then he had
Oh,
literally a whole. He actually became like the Tsar of Russia for like a year. Like he had enough support behind him. It's like
uh,
obviously to this day, it's like still like disputed, but it's the pretty general consensus. Yeah, he was not actually that. Like that kid fucking died. But like his mother was sent to be a nun, and he fucking hated being a nun. So she just claimed that, yep, that's my son. He survived. That's him. I could tell by the face. And so everyone like, oh well, then this is the real dude. Like he should be the guy on the throne right now. Like that's some fucking fantasy type shit. Like obviously all fantasy is fiction is based off that shit, but it's just like crazy reading it with the context of it being real.
oh,
Like
this.
They
This
didn't.
reminds me of
They didn't have Truth Social back then.
hold on. I need to fucking figure out what this was called because if you think that's crazy, I got something even crazier.
Let's do it. Once I finish, so
Oh,
this book I'm reading is about all the Tsars of Russia. I'm trying to figure out what to do next because like I wanted to read one about like all the rulers of Sweden next because why not? There's no book on that though, so I'm just probably just a general Swedish history book. Swedish. This is when IKEA was created.
okay. So, have you ever heard of the Taiping Rebellion?
Yes, I've heard of it, but once we get into the details, probably a lot less.
So, do you know why it started?
No, not off the top of my head. I feel like I've definitely heard of this, but the more you say, I might remember though.
Forgive me, all Mandarin and Cantonese speaker in the world. I'm gonna butcher
You know what?
the name.
They respect that you even called it Mandarin and Cantonese, not just instead of the Chinese speakers.
Yeah. So, I know a little bit of how the language, and I want to say XI is like Zing or
She,
something.
I think it's she. It's
Chi.
she. Yeah,
Okay,
XI is
so
she.
Hong Shuing Quan. I really hope I said that correctly.
I'm not laughing.
Sorry for butchering your guys' like native tongue.
It's the
But
attempt that matters.
he was a dude that claimed to be the brother of Jesus in China.
Oh yes, dude! Fucking millions of people died from this shit.
Yeah, so that led to a lot of peasant rebellion and the Taiping rebellion and the what was it? The Taiping what the fuck was it? Yeah, he
Yeah,
established the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom, which caused like 15 million deaths.
that's what like that. I literally like there's these memes going on. It's like Chinese history be like the Wong Dong billion or rebellion, 20 million dead.
Yeah, like I just think it's crazy that, this dude named Boris in Russia claimed that he was the son of the Tsar and had power for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this guy who claims that he's the brother of Jesus and he had 15 years and 10 million deaths. I'm just like,
It's
what
like
the
obviously
fuck?
you could probably delve more into the history of it and find out why, but like I wonder why these two people specifically. Well, I know why the Boris dude was because they said it helped that the mother of the real Boris was like, yep, that's my son. But like anyone just claiming, yep, brother of Jesus. But that dude like was able to convince people, like,
Yeah.
yes, I like am related to Jesus Christ himself.
See, like I can't even say if he was lying or not because I'm not that deep and I don't know the
Yeah.
bloodlines or the blood titles that they have.
I'm gonna take the guess that he probably wasn't related. What year was this happening?
Let me quickly check the Taiping. Uh, ba, 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 ba.
1800s. That's not even that long ago. Like all things considered, that's not that long ago. If I'm looking at the right one.
I saw that the dude died in 1864. That is super
And that's the year
like
it ended.
recent. Yeah.
Yeah, because you had the fuck when it's the Q, it's Qing. Yeah, the Qing dynasty, because they were helped by France and the UK. Yep, casualties and losses. I know. I don't. Obviously, casualty doesn't mean dead, but still, like 20 to 30 million is insane. Estimates of the conflict's death toll range between 20 and 30 million people, representing 5 to 10% of China's population. Jesus.
A little.
Literally, Jesus.
Let's kind of stray away from horrific events that happened in countries.
But it's
And let's
fine.
talk about something slightly funnier in history.
Okay.
Do you know the name of the best World War II pilot in America?
No.
His name is Richard Bong, or his nickname was short of Dick Bong, and he was. I
Not
can't
Dick
remember his
Bong.
I can't remember his rank, but imagine being like Major Dick Bong.
Major Dick. Major Dick Bong. That's really funny. That's really funny. That's an
Yeah.
unfortunate ass name, but funny though.
Hey, I mean, props. The dude fucking was the best pilot.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, he didn't make it out to see the end of the war, but
that's a
think,
that's a crazy
yeah,
concept to me.
uh, joining a war and not coming back.
Well, it's just like joining the war and dying before the end, like never knowing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in certain aspects, I'm sure if you're on the losing side, that's to an extent maybe a good thing.
Well, imagine, you're cold, your feet are wet,
Mm.
you're in fucking sitting in a mud puddle in a trench line,
Yeah, I said quite literally
and
in the trenches.
yeah, and then a fucking artillery shell goes off near you. You don't fully die, you're bleeding out, and then you slowly fucking die, and you never know what the fuck happened afterwards.
Yeah,
You're gone.
like, do the people I was with, did they all die? What happens with my like? It's just crazy to think about.
Yeah, and then I think this is going to be controversial, but the people who died in World War One and Two probably got a better way out compared to the ones like we're talking about. Like if we want to look at Hitler's youth at the end of World War One, and there's
Mm.
like a lot of 16-year-olds that were joining. Like a lot of these young kids go out to this war, and then the ones that manage to make it out are just gone.
Yeah.
Cause
Well, I mean, that's why World War One is one of my favorite things to learn about. Is just because, I obviously a lot changed World War Two, right? But like World War One, like fucking insane. Like, because at the time, like like people still went to war because they thought it was like, oh, this is gonna be a fun adventure.
yeah,
I think that's when the realization really kicked in the world stage that like war is not fun nor an adventure. I mean, I'm sure it's fun to someone, but
um, I have. Okay, so this is World War Two. Forgive, I think this is part Russian, but Yavin Stepan Vach. I'm butchering that so bad, but anyway, he is the iconic. I'm sending the photo. He's the like before and after World War One and Two of like how much it drastically changed. That's from 1941 through 1945.
I'm looking at
So
it. You said it in the Discord.
general,
Okay.
but essentially this young kid, you could just well,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I've seen that picture.
I typed in World War One before and after, and he was like the first or no, the third fucking photo. Because like they didn't have resources because like PTSD was called shell shock,
Yeah.
and then World War Two it got a different name, and then in Vietnam in the '60s it had a different name, and now it's
Mm-hmm.
finally recognized.
Yeah.
And it's like going back to like the young kids who were going in there for fun. All Quiet on the Western Front does a really good job. Even if I prefer the 1930s movie. The
Yeah.
book is going to be better, but the 1930s movie, what I like, is that the teacher's like, "Yo, kids, it's your time to fight for the fatherland. Let's
Yeah.
bring great fucking nation, cause Kaiser is here. We're gonna be unstoppable."
That's what.
And then they join.
Have you watched Oh, I think it was Peter Jackson. It was like where they colored a lot of the old footage. Fuck, what was that movie called? Oh my god, it came out like 4 or 5 years ago. Um,
Recoloration, Peter Jackson. Hold on, let me. Oh, accidentally pulled up a
um,
car.
no, I don't care about that.
Peter Jackson.
I think it was Peter Jackson. They shall not grow old. Yeah, 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 yeah.
What was it called?
They shall not grow old. Have you seen that movie?
I don't think they
You
shall
you would really like if you
roll.
haven't seen it. It's all real footage from World War One, and they actually recolored. They went and colored it, but it's also like all like I
Oh,
said.
dude. The first image the first image I see is the prisoners of war that gets blindfolded and have to walk in a line with their hands on the other soldier.
Yeah.
Ugh, fuck. Yeah. No, I
So
have not seen
it's
this.
like I'm pretty sure like a good chunk of that is like footage that's never been like seen before, and also interviews that have never been released before. They're mixing with interviews from like a long time ago from the British Museum, and you sometimes look overlay to kind of what's going on in that like video, and it's so interesting because it basically goes through. It's set up where it's like, okay, here's all these people because it's multiple people's different interviews from different perspectives, sides of the war, and
Hmm.
like you literally have German, British, like some French in there, of like literally like the recruitment process to the war itself, then like towards the end. But like, the beginning videos where it's just like how happy they are, it's like, oh, this is gonna be fun and a good time. It's like it's kind of freaky, like low key.
Yeah, once this podcast is over, I'm watching it because that
Yeah, for
looks
sure.
really good. Um,
I would say, speaking of that, do you want to do your gun corner? We're at about 57 minutes.
yeah, let me think of a gun. I haven't.
Here's my basketball card of the week. This is Grady Dick. It's a purple dick. I've got a purple dick in my hand.
Okay, so it's still going to be gun corner, but I don't think I'm going to talk about gun right now. I think I'm going to talk about
Oh,
something more controversial. I think
nuclear weapons.
demolition. I think Demolition Ranch is a very boring YouTube channel.
I used to watch it a lot, but then it became very formulaic. Like, how many of this does it take to stop a bullet? It's like after so many of those videos, it's just like all right.
To me, Demolition Ranch, even when I first found him,
Mm-hmm.
always screamed, "This is slop for gun people."
I'm also not. I've never been like a big gun person, so for me, it was just slight like entertainment with like guns.
Yeah,
But like so
like
yeah, I think I was subscribed for a while, but then I ended up unsubscribing. It just wasn't for me anymore.
I understand the appeal of I want to watch something get destroyed by a gun. Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool, whatever. But there, as a person who's really into guns,
Mm-hmm.
there's really no substance to learn
Yeah.
compared to like Paul Harrell has a couple of videos of like what type of rounds and ammo can penetrate through cars or your own house wall.
Yeah.
Understanding that like if you're going to defend yourself, what's a great home defense gun? He
Mm-hmm.
goes, a lot of people say 12 gauge shotguns, and he tested like buckshot, and it like goes through walls, and he's like, yeah, the one thing you need to be more concerned is the shot going through the person, and where does it go after? And
Mm-hmm.
you don't want it going through your wall into your neighbor's hitting
Yeah.
you. Um,
Last thing you probably need in that situation.
yeah, I also don't like military arms channel.
I don't know about
Uh,
them.
yeah, so they also known as MAC or
Mm-hmm.
military arms channel.
Okay.
I don't think they're at like they have substance that you can consume. I just know that there's times where they fearmonger some
Mm-hmm.
dumb shit. Like I understand there's the whole oh yeah, people are trying to take our guns away, yada yada. But
Mm-hmm.
then there's the whole we looked at this like okay, so at the time it was the ATF wanted to limit the importation of like personal defense weapons, which in gun terms means a very fast fire rate submachine gun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so they were just like the what the fuck? I know it's known as the Scorpion. You know in Call of Duty 4, you know that Russian little submachine gun that
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's
It's like this, like almost like that long.
yeah,
It's got like the
yeah,
like curved little clip. I mean, they all have curved clips, but I know what you're talking about. I think it's called
yeah,
the Scorpion in the game at least.
yeah. So that gun was having a temporary import ban because we don't know if it fit the jurisdiction of um certain laws about having braces and stocks on
Uh
pistols,
huh.
right? Because it's considered a machine pistol.
Yeah.
And so then the military arms channel goes out like, they're trying to make it a federal law to arrest you for having these weapons. It's like, no, it was, we don't know if this fits the jurisdiction and if it can be imported.
Mm-hmm. Like a pretty realistic, like, I feel like.
What?
I don't know, like, it seems like a pretty realistic thing for the ATF to be like we don't know how to, like, work this yet, you know? Or,
I will say, as a person who is the connoisseur of guns, the ATF does have moments of just not, like, just incompetent gun
well,
grabby.
yeah, isn't that any government fucking thing, though?
Yeah, but then there's times where they're like, oh shit, we need to actually explain what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
Cause their like go-to is to give a very vague definition of a new law, and then people go to court and be like, what the fuck do you mean by this? Like, we established that a gun is by this definition, now you're changing it to this definition. So like, I get that, but just to full on to the ATF was actually being decently transparent, saying that we don't know if this gun counts as a SBR or illegal pistol.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they're like, oh yeah, they're trying to ban and take it away. It's like, what? Like, even
Yeah.
Fudbusters, I think it was, is the like gun lawyer channel I watch.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, yeah, we have no clue why the fuck Mac is saying this. Like, the paper didn't say anything about
Yeah.
banning or PDWs for everyone in the world. Footbusters is a good one because they're gun tubers who go over like actual gun law because they're gun lawyers, so that's always nice to look into. The biggest one I hate, and I want everyone to stop. It's Lucas Botkins or T-Rex Arms.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack, and I'm going to be really quick.
Okay.
Lucas Botkins comes from a father who ran a cult in the 70s for Christianity,
Good start.
made tons of money and profit. If I remember correctly, he didn't pay taxes on all the cult money because they're
Chad.
church donations.
Mm-hmm.
And so then Lucas Botkins grows up being racist, homophobic, transphobic, and believes in some weird alien, or not alien, Aryan white race conspiracy bullshit.
Damn, bro hit all of them.
Yeah, and so basically what ended up happening is that he went on Instagram and then he's sitting in the toilet. I'm like, alright, and he has a photo of like, oh, I hate when gay people have the stereotypical gay voice.
Bro.
But he said it in a more hateful manner
Yeah.
and wanted to say that, derogatory F word.
Yeah. It all loops back to that.
Yeah, we're all going into a circle. So that was a clearly good example of like, hey, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Then a person on Twitter who was like, wow, Lucas, I was a big supporter and I like what you do. And to find out that you're really transphobic really hurts my heart and you have lost a customer. Very heartfelt, very sincere.
Yeah.
Lucas Botkins goes, good, now fuck off in the Twitter.
Oh my god.
And I was like, yeah, there's no. And so every so often I go onto his Twitter and look at his replies and see all the hateful shit. Because my favorite one is, commercials used to be great back in the day. Now we have all these colored folk. I'm like,
That's
Jesus
crazy, bro.
Christ.
That's like next level crazy shit to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did come from a crazy cult family,
Okay, yeah,
so.
but like, damn.
Yeah, so,
Wow.
yeah, and then, like, the content that he produces is also dog-ass, because it's all the tactical, quotation mark, fantasy fucking COD bullshit, where there's the thing is called, like, high something, low drag, I can't fucking remember what it's called. But it's essentially like, hey, we're going to take the COD lobbies and turn into real life tactics. So he has this little compound that he shoots at, and he has essentially this like wannabe maze where it has like corners everywhere, so you can search like practice
Corner
slicing.
peeking.
Yeah, to practice slicing the pie. I'm pretty sure you were taught what that means.
Yeah, I was. I remember.
Yeah. So, there's one clip where he has like a MP5 SD, which is like the cool Call of Duty 4 fucking cargo ship mission.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
the little MP5 you get. Yeah, he had that.
Missions.
Yeah, he fucking had that, and he's just running through this compound, not checking corners, preemptively shooting at the right corners that have targets. So it's just like he obviously fakes it and rehearse it, and it's not real training if you know it. Like I'm no combat expert, but I'm pretty sure that to actually go through that, you want to peek every fucking.
Yes. That's why, like, when you like do like the slice of the pie shit, you got two people checking a corner.
Yeah.
And
like,
even if there's nothing in front of you, if it's just a blank wall, someone's still watching that wall.
Yeah. Because you never know what shit might happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I think slicing the pie concept is really bad. What you should do is just keep throwing grenades in every room.
I mean, assuming you have a big supply of grenades, like bro has the unlimited grenades perk, yeah.
One man army.
Yeah. I got the scavenger perk on.
But yeah, Lucas Bakken. Oh, and my favorite thing ever. Navi Boomhandio is Fudbuster's like co-host. Also known as Ivan too.
Okay.
One of my favorite things is just like out of nowhere, he makes a decently long twitlonger or fan fiction of Lucas Bakkens being a bottom twink.
Jesus Christ. Bro, you need to create a GunTuber tier list. Like in the tier website.
I could quickly Google that and I can post it on Twitter.
Yeah, you should do that. I gotta start getting ready for work.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Screaming Drunks. On next week's episode, we investigate if the moon landing was real or not. Spoiler alert, we haven't been there yet.
Oh my god, there is a GunTuber tier list.
Oh my god. Alright.
Oh, nope, it's been removed.
You have to make one. Make one. Just make one. You can make a custom one. Alright.
Oh, no, it's... Wait, Windy Gardens? Okay. Yeah.
See y'all next time. Oh.
Bye-bye.